to the 144 ascendants, whoever this may resonate with. I'm speaking mainly to the crystalline bodies. I am speaking to the alignment with their assignment, who was in this cosmic window, who was in this creative portal and may have missed something, may have missed a thing or two. I'm talking to you and you and you. I'm not going to be here for too long. I have a meeting to get into. This is the last day of the workshop we've been in, and it's not just a regular workshop. This was a creative process portal for those who did sign up, and I'm making an announcement one more time of what Spirit had been guiding me to offer for those who didn't get a chance to get into alignment. So welcome in. I'm going to give it some time for some of you to get in. Share the live, share the live, share the heartbeats. Peace, love, and light. Welcome in. Hi, Edward. Stush TV. Wagwan.com. Your stush. Stushing out the bush. Peace, love, and light. I'm speaking to the divine crystalline bodies right now. So I'm tapping it up. Send up all the hearts. Send up all the hearts. Send up all the hearts. Share the live. Speaking to my TikTok vibe, because we know how we go. And this is the ping for birthing. I'm speaking specifically to those. So wherever they are, star seeds, do what you do. Star seed connection. Let them stop, drop, and roll and come on through if it is for their advancement. Ashe, love, lights, and truth always. Love, lights, and truth. So I'm going to talk to you all a little bit about the crystalline grid, just kind of what's been happening in the Ascension time portal. We're going to do a video tomorrow. We're going to have a little co-hosting with myself and Dedicated Root. But right now I'm just giving you all the closing in the Ascension time at this particular time. What should we have gotten through the creative portal? Accessing our creative gifts, talents, services. This is not the time to wait until it is comfortable for us. This is not that time. And so that's what the creative portal was really activating in a lot of us. Peace, love, and light. Sending lots of love and hearts. Share the live to those who it needs to get to. So I'm pinging all those who this message is for. Whoever I am sharing this guidance step with, whoever may need that I'm only offering to 2 people, being available for 2 people on the 17th and the 26th are the main dates that I was hearing about the extension of this portal. There's an extension in the... Go ahead and share the live. I'm giving it some time for you all to get in, for it to ping those who we needed to get to. In the meantime, I could just talk to y'all a little bit about this new moon ascension. We're in this big ascension window, and what the new moon has been bringing through the creative process, and what it is for the light grid activation right now, for those who are on the ascension path, for those who access their true timeline, and what's next to be given is for you to step into your true identity, your cosmic identity. We have to be paying attention also to the cosmic design, the cosmic conversation that's happening all the time, which in this case has a lot to do with the South Node and North Node being in Leo to Aquarius, which is calling us up, the true self in Leo, to bring us into the true collective in Aquarius. Leo is the me and Aquarius is the we. So this is the energy that is bringing up inside and from and through all of us. So for those of you who like to say, oh, I like to keep to myself. Yeah, okay, keep to yourself. See how that's going to work, because you're going to be strongly challenged with that in these 18 months that the South and North Node are in Leo and Aquarius. See, I ain't lying. Let the wind speak it. Wisdom in the wind. The energies are going to be pulling hard at you and providing challenges for you. They're going to provide the challenges so that you come out of that. I want to stay to me, me, me. These are the shadows of Leo that are going to be pulled out. And for those who like to shine just for the sake of shining, for selfish reasons, for, just showing off reasons and things like that, they're going to be challenged as well, because they have to remove those shadows as well, so that only the true self in them is allowed to come out and shine. For those who want to keep to themselves, you're going to be challenged for your true self to come out and shine, like the brave heart lion that you are all the time. So this is what is going to be pulled out of you to bring it into the true collective of the we, which is North Node in Aquarius. The North Node in Aquarius is ushering us in to the Aquarian age, even more so than where we were before. Ashe? Ushering us more. Welcome in, welcome in. Tap it up, tap the hearts. If you're just passing through, drop some hearts and you can keep it trucking. But the hearts help to keep the algorithms open for those who are supposed to be in alignment with this assignment, for those who are supposed to hear this light call. So for those who are coming through, go ahead and send some hearts. You don't got to give no gifts or anything. Just send a heart and keep it trucking. Drop a comment. Drop a 144 for those who are at the 144 in the chat. Let's know where you at. Let's get it, because this light grid ain't playing. This is light grid activation time, and a lot of people are straying away from their assignments. It's something that I was mentioning today. Like, a lot of people will be fearful of when the world warns you about things, when the world is telling you to fear this, and then you get all fearful about that. They tell you it's a disease out there. Everybody run around and go catch a mask, and we afraid of all kind of things. The doctor tell you this and you afraid, but nobody's afraid. And I'm not saying you should be, but this was a thought process. Nobody's afraid of doing the right thing. Nobody's revering the presence of the divine. Nobody's revering ascension time. Like, we take a lot of these things for granted, and this is what I see a lot of. This is how a lot of people keep missing their divine destined coordinates. This was the message of the day. Like, there are destined coordinates for all of us, and some of us take these things. This is why I say I don't do spiritual clubs. People want to come in and it's like a spiritual club, or it's a spiritual museum. Let's look at our spiritual, oh, this is beautiful, this is spiritual. But when it comes to doing the work, when it comes to peeling those layers, and that's what's going to get you to that ascension. This is what a lot of people not realizing. You think ascension time is just you popping up for an 8-8 portal or an 11-11 portal. You popping up for a full moon or popping up for a new moon. And then we think that is what is going to get us through. We're missing the interaction of consciousness. We're missing the mode of transportation. We're missing that. And so I see it all the time. A lot of people will jump into these spiritual arenas, and they get really like spiritual bypassing all the time. Spiritual, there's the 144. There we go. Drop a 144 in the chat for those of you who are 144. This is not something that a lot of people gonna want to hear about. I already know that. People that come through, they don't want to hear that, because nobody wants to do their soul work. Nobody wants to tap in, tune in, and tune up, crank it up a notch. Everybody wants a handout. People are looking for spiritual handouts. They listen for these things and they're like, ooh, this sounds good. Or they want people to tell them when is their next love life around the corner? When are they going to get, the next bag, the next money? When are you going to go inside your soul? No one is afraid of missing their timeline spots. This is what I'm trying to understand with humans. I'm really, hello from France, peace, love, and light. Welcome in all the way from France. No one is trying to, just look at the comparison, right? We have all these things they throw out there for you to be afraid of, and you will literally legit walk around with these fears. Ashe, ashe, thanks for the heart, me. We will walk around with all these fears of whatever they put on us. Think about some of the things you walk around in fear. By the way, today is a root chakra day where we're eliminating all fears. Fear is the number one block of the root, and that's our foundation. And this is where we get shook at. And so think about the things that people put on you, and you're like, oh, I'm afraid of this. I'm afraid. Simple stuff. Like, you afraid if you don't have a license, you can't drive. And I know that sounds crazy right now. But for those who really know the truth, when you know the laws, and the bylaws. By right, you don't really need a license to drive a car. You need a license to drive a commercial vehicle. But see, they don't tell you that, and they put police on, and police come for you, ask you for your license, and because we don't know our rights and stuff, we walk around with this fear. Oh my God, if I don't have my license, I can't drive, I can't get on the road. Who told you that? I'm just throwing these examples out there. We walk around with fears of man, fears of mankind, fears of what they say, fears that's in the bloodline that you were told, oh, don't do this because it's going to. But no one has you know how they say the fear of God? No one has the fear of God, the fear of the divine, that you're going to miss your ascension time. That's how serious it is for me. Right? Sometimes when people ask me, like, how do you know this, or what makes you so disciplined in these particular areas? Because I don't play with my spirit. My spirit is the ruling authority. I don't ever forget that or neglect that because my body wants to do something, because my flesh mind wants to do something or have something my way. For me, it's always about the next ascension. Before I even knew what ascension was, before I even knew what ascension time was or is right now, it's about what my spirit came here to do. So why would I want to miss that opportunity? So when it comes to these things, that builds my self-discipline. If I said, like I told some of you all about the crystalline body, after acquiring the crystalline body on the new moon, 3 days, I'm not going nowhere. I mean that. And if I have to step out, I'm keeping my energy to myself, because we got to take these things seriously. If there's a portal that's coming up and I'm looking at all the destined coordinates that's saying, this is a major portal, this is not the come in ready to drop the bag that you've been holding 20, 30, 40 years. Are you ready to let that go? See, some of us don't want to let that go. We want to acquire spiritual things, and we do not want to let go the things of the flesh that block it. We don't want to let go of fears that we've been holding, concepts that we want to still believe in. We want to keep these concepts and wonder why we don't pass the ascension time, why we don't meet at our destined coordinates. You get to the destined coordinates, but then you drop it. You drop the bag because no one is that afraid. But we're afraid. If they tell you these man-made rules, you're afraid to do this and that. Oh, I can't do this because of that. Why do we not apply that same theory to our spirit? Why do we not apply that to the same oomph, the same desire of wanting our ascension in our soul? If you knew that in order to have this next level of ascension in your soul, you have to give up that relationship, would you let it go? If you knew to get to that next level of ascension in your soul, you had to let go of that job, even if it pays the bills, would you let it go? If you knew to get to that next ascension, you have to walk away from your entire family, regardless of how crazy it looks, would you walk away? This is the stuff that it takes. This is the self-discipline. Some people want to come into things half-ass. And this is why you don't acquire the full activation at times. And I said this before we go to that activation. I said we're going to do this activation, but people would think, oh, I'm going to get to activation and I'm going to be activated. You're going to be activated according to the level of what you're willing to release. Let me say that again. You're going to be activated according to the level in which you are going to release. So all these other excuses, like there's so many excuses people will have. Well, I can't do this because this is happening. Is that happening more important than your ascension? We treat our ascension like a hobby, like oh, it'll be nice, and not a must needs be. Not a why we don't have that same fear of God that we fear in man for ascension. If I have any fear at all, it's fear of missing my mark, of missing my ascension. This is the difference between discipline and the different levels of activation that can be had, and acquiring the full activation of the crystalline body. As I said, some people have acquired a truer timeline. You came off the false timeline and you got a little bit more true, but you didn't get into that right angle. You didn't get all the way up into that right angle that you can get into your truest timeline. And that is what the death to rebirth, that it has to happen. When we shift timelines, that is what has to happen. And so acquiring that crystalline is not just something that people could just walk up and claim. Like everybody want to walk around now and 144, I'm 144, but are you really? Are you on the ascension path? And there's many levels. There's different levels. Don't go rushing and pushing yourself to do something that you're not ready to do. All the work has to be done in the mind first, as I was telling some of them in the workshop. Everything that you want to do has to be done here first. That means you have to go into the soul. You have to unfold. You have to unpack. You have to look at the things you've been holding on to, and then you got to work through it in the mind first before you can physically jump out of it at a physical level. Because if you jump before you ready, this is how people are mentally crashing. You're doing things before you're ready. So a lot that is happening right now, a lot of changes for those who are, let me say, for those who maybe really see this aligned with you, and let you know if you're in that alignment. You're eating differently. Your body is processing light codes. So because you're processing light codes in a certain way, to a certain degree, and what you are in mind-body complex of what in since, I mean, for a while back, but intentionally and intensely since the summer solstice. If you want to know when it got turned on, I've been talking about it in some of the videos. The summer solstice is when the light grid activation really was getting turned up. Like the heat is on, turned up, turned up. And ever since then, you've been in this constant light grid into light code integration back to back, from the summer solstice to the full moon to the Sirius gateway to the new moon to the galactic new year to what was next, the halls of Amenti, 8-8 Lionsgate, to the new moon again. So there's been a lot of light grid activation that was happening, and this was a major one in this particular portal, window, vortex of the 8-8 Lionsgate way. This important halls of Amenti that opened up so much for those who were willing to tap in, for those who were willing to grab their light codes and embody it and integrate it. It's not enough just to go grabbing light codes. Oh, I got my light codes. Did you integrate it? Did you embody it? And the way you move through the experiences in the external extremities is how you show proof. Study and show thyself approved. The way you go through it shows how you have been studying, meaning it shows the consistency of your soul's conscious work that you have been doing. And it is the engagement of all of these that are catapulting you to shift to a next timeline. You do not shift to a next timeline without transcendence and accountability. Death to rebirth transformations is what quantum leaps you. You make major quantum leaps when you have a true death to rebirth transformation. Every time you defy death. A lot of people, a lot of ones do not understand, overstand, and understand what defying death means. It's not, I will never die in this body, in this finite body. The finite body has got to be laid to rest. Let's get that straight. Defying death is defying the fear of death. Defying death is having a death to rebirth transformation that defies stagnation. Come on now. Stagnation is true death. I rather, this is a lot of people don't understand. I rather have a true transition in the flesh and ascend in my soul than to have a stagnation. Whatever the ascension is, it is always about ascension and a forward movement. Stagnation is for those who are not unfolding in their soul, those who choose to not know the truth, those who choose to take the path, those who choose to know the truth and still stay the same. It's still stagnation. This is why all the knowing in the world is not going to get you there. There's a lot of those people out there who know a whole lot, who talking a whole lot about all this knowledge, but what are they doing in their soul? This is why I can't listen to a lot of people. I could see it already. I'm a detector. I'm a lie detector, and it went more on 10 after this crystalline activation. So I could listen to, I could hear them, and I'm like, they're lying. Like, they're not in a soul unfolding journey. They just bag a lot of information. They got a lot of information, and yes, a lot of information is true, but that does not mean that they're unfolding. And not that it's my business, that's their business. But also, I know not to take certain things seriously from them. I know that they're not someone I would go to and do a course with, because they're not unfolding. If you didn't do your work, how you gonna help me do mine? So a lot of people just hear all of this chatter of knowledge being thrown around. That's the shadow of the Aquarian age. Just knowledge. Everybody just talking a lot of knowledge, getting a lot of knowledge, giving a lot of knowledge, but not embodying the knowledge, not experiencing the knowledge, and in all they're getting, get understanding so that they can have wisdom in the knowledge. They're not, their cipher is not spinning like a rolling stone. Cipher keeps turning like rolling stone. Where is their 120 degrees of wisdom, knowledge, and understanding that gives you the 360? Knowledge alone is 120. We got a lot of people walking around here with 120 degrees only. Your angle of light is only 120 degrees. You need a 360. Where's the 360? If you're not a 360, if you're not a 369er and you're not a 360, I'm not wasting my time. And those are the ones who I'm talking to, as I remember. For those who would like to have an opportunity, if you did not get to do this window, we did a 21-day window, which I did not plan. Spirit just kind of worked it out like that, back to back to back. I saw the energetic coordinates and I made the call, and whoever came in, they came in and they did their 7 days. Ashe. We did 7 days of the full moon, which is a full moon transmutation, and it laid the foundation. It was actually good that we did that first to get up what we needed to get up, and then we went into the 7-day detox, the detached window for the halls of Amenti to align with the 8-8 Lion Gate activation, which the 8-8 is the peak of the halls of Amenti, which is all about you breaking distortions and illusions that you have been carrying in your mind. Not breaking illusions out there in the world. It's all about you. Going in and breaking your illusions, your distortions that you have been carrying, that you believed in. That's what that is about. If you went through the 8-8 Lionsgate and you didn't break a mirror and you didn't break a distortion, then your activation is not as potent. This is what I've been saying. If you're not doing the work, when you get an activation, it's not going to really transcend you like you think, because you did not transcend anything. You just went into an activation and said, I feel good. I participated. Kudos. But it is a transformation that does the work. It is the moving through the consciousness that does the work. And then the next 7 days that we did is the one that we're in right now, which as Spirit was guiding me to tell me to do it, because I had to obey Spirit because I didn't really want to do no more. I had been in 2 back-to-back workshops. And Spirit was showing me this is a major creative portal. I'm going to need you to keep that portal open for those who align. And for those who align, they came on in, and we're on the last day of that. Today is our last meeting. Let me make sure I check the time. We'll be meeting in a few. So today's our last meeting of the 7 days. So for those who were with me the entire process, we did 21 days. And now this is what I extend to those who this resonates with. I was guided to do an extension of it, right? The extension of the portal, right? Oh, I sound so dumb, right? I caught that one. I caught it. I saw it. I'm going to sound dumb to dumb people. I'm going to always sound dumb to dumb people. Y'all must think I really care about what y'all think. I'm on a whole different timeline. You the one that's in stagnation. So there is the 21-day window. This is what I have. This is for who it's for. So I'm pinging right now. Whoever this is for, let them come through and hear exactly what they need to hear for them. The 21 days, I was guided that I can share that because there's an extension of this portal. If you did not get it, and again, this is not about spiritual clubbing. This is for those who are intentionally on the ascension path. And if you felt like you might have missed something or you didn't hear the call and you may just be hearing this for the first time, whatever it is, this is what I was allotted to do, that I can extend of myself and time for the extension of this ascension time passage and portal. That was a major creative portal. I have the opportunity to use 2 extension dates that I was given, which was the 26th and the 17th, being that the 7 and the 1 is an 8, being that the 2 and the 6 is an 8. So there are 2 extension days that will be able to utilize that date for who it's for. And I'm only doing one person at a time, and one has already been taken. So to be honest, I only have one left, right? One is taken potentially if someone pays for it before, and they can take that spot. Right now, one person has already responded to wanting that date. So the 17th or the 26th, and it's going to be 3 days. And this is going to mean you are going to have to show up for yourself. 144 gets you through the door, meaning 144 signs you up. That's what I'm doing it for. It's 3 days, and it's going to be intense because it's compacting the 21 days into 3 days. That means the day before the 17th, which is actually tomorrow, we'll see who gets that. That's the one that's available, but I'm really being obedient to spirit. So you really got to show up for yourself. I'm being obedient to spirit for that because I did not want to, but I see what spirit is highlighting, and I am going to be obedient and be available for who really needs it. So it's going to be 3 days, the day before the 17th, and the day after. Same thing with the 26th, the day before, the day of, and the day after. So if you did not get a chance to align with these coordinates, these are the dates that I was shown to activate with it, right? And these dates are important because the dates are they have a part to do with divine numerology. And where you align in time is how you align with the divine. And it has to do, of course, with the collective consciousness. That's what gives it that potency, because the collective consciousness awareness of the 8-8 portal. So to expand this extension of the 8-8 portal, the 17th is an extension of that, and the 26th is an extension. Now, the first time that I mentioned this, I said that the 2626 portal seems more potent at the time because of it being a 2626 portal as well as another double 8-8 portal. So it has like this double portal energy to it. The 17th is also very potent because it's closer to this window, like it's fresh out of this window. So the energy is still reverberating on this window that is closing out. We're at the tail end of the halls of Amenti and the new moon. It's the new moon window that is really extending the halls of Amenti, known as the 8-8 Lion's Gate. That one closed on the 26th, right? The 8-8 Lion's Gate or halls of Amenti closes on the 20th. the 12th, on August 12th. But it still reverberating, right? It keeps glitching and chopping the message. Okay, it's glitching. That's how you know they don't want people to hear the message. Um, Let me know if it's clear now. Tap a put a one in the chat for everybody that could hear me. For those who are here, put a one in the chat or drop a 144. Let me see if I'm speaking to the 144. Drop a 144 in the chat if you can hear me, or if it's choppy. Let me know. Let me know. Let me know. Drop a 144. Can you all hear me in the chat? If it's glitching, if you got clarity, let me know. 144. Let me see. Is it chopping here? Okay, y'all can hear. All right, so YouTube could hear me. YouTube is loud. Okay. 144 is still choppy. Okay. Thank you for letting me know. All right, so whoever gets it, whatever you can get, my apologies if it's chopping up. It's not me. Look, Ma, no hands. Look, Ma, no hands. Ooh, crystalline. I'm feeling that. Hello, sun. Look at the sun. All right, we can hear. Ashe, ashe. So what I'm offering, it's glitch on YouTube. Oh, they want to glitch. This how you know they don't want y'all to hear the message. They don't want this glitching both ways. It's glitching and stitching because some people is itching. Anyhow, what it is with the 3 days is we're going to be compacting what we did in these 21 days. And so what was, okay, thank you, Spirit. I was talking about the potency of the 17th. So being that we're closing the window, we're coming off of that window that closed on the 12th. So the new moon window is really extending it. We're still in the new moon window right now, pretty much. This is the 3rd day after the new moon. So we're still in that window. Now, fresh behind this window, we'll be going into the 17th is right behind this. So as I said, for whoever this resonates with, if this is for you, and if this is you wanting to get your ascension and have that opportunity for activating through this ascension time passage and self-actualizing to your next true timeline with the opportunity of accessing your truest timeline, then this is what I'm going to be offering. So this is very potent too because it's so close to the window that we're closing out of. So as the energies are still reverberating off of the 8-8, off of the halls of Amenti, off of the new moon, this next one coming up is going to be very potent because it's still very close to that window. Ashe? So if this resonates with you, as I said, this is what I'm offering. And I'm really extending myself for doing this because I heard Spirit saying there's someone else who did not get the opportunity. It's not even just not get the opportunity. It's like Spirit is saying there's someone else. There's another. That's what I keep hearing. There's another. So I'm not doing a course like how I did the class right now. Thank you, Birdie. It's not like how I did the course right now, because it takes energy to do it with a number of people. So I'm doing it with one person. Ashe? One person can take the slot of the 17th, and one person can take the slot of the 26th. It's 144. That's the first thing. So you can Zelle or you can Cash App the 144. And both my Zelle and my Cash App are in my bio. It's Cosmic Earth 144 is the Cash App. And you can Zelle using my email, akilatextry@gmail.com. And that too is in the bio. So once you do that, that solidifies your spot. So as I said, I have someone who claimed, who has offered, who already emailed me that they want the spot for the 26th. It is whoever pays it first locks it in, because that's the first come, first serve. Whoever pays it first locks it in. I have to go by that. I have to honor who's ready right now. The one for the 17th, that is still open. And that one, what to know about it is it's 3 days of no food, 3 days of isolation. You have to be very serious. That's why I'm not talking to everybody. This is for a serious soul, a serious starseed. who is very serious about their business and their ascension path and the ascension time. Because I'm already extending myself just by being available for it, with or without the money. Like, regardless of getting paid, it's still an extension of my time. I've been in this window for 21 days. So I'm really pushing it and extending myself to be available, to even continue detoxing and fasting with you, to be that connection. So I can't be the only one showing up. So if you're going to show up strong, show up for you, and without excuses. This is for people who are not coming with excuses of, I can't do this, I can't. Well, I would come, but I got to do that. It's 3 days. If you have a prior engagement, then you're not ready for it. If you have something else that you got to do and you feel, don't, this is not, no negotiations. It's not me. It's not me. I'm dealing with y'all like how universe deals with us. This is how universe deals with me. It's not about negotiating. The universe says, are you ready? That's it. I didn't ask you if you got a birthday party to go to. I didn't ask you if you got a obligation in the 3D world. I didn't ask you all of that. That's not how universe functions. And this is the lesson that we have to learn. When you're ready for ascension time, then you're ready no matter what. You put everything down, everything in the world gets put down and gets put on the back burner. I'm telling you as I do. I'm not telling you nothing outside of me. Ashe? I'm telling you as I do. When I come in and I sign up for these 21 days, I'm usually going harder than everybody in the group. I'm not even going to say usually. I am, because I know what it takes. I give up everything behind me. My children get put on the back burner. Everything in the 3D world gets put on the back burner. And I put my spiritual business first. I'm fasting no matter what. There's nothing that could come up and make me say, hey, I better eat this because I feel weak. No, if I feel weak, I'm going to put some tea on the stove and I'm going to drink some tea because I'm in a detox. I'm in a serious detox and fast. I don't make excuses to come out of it. I don't fall for no outside reason. I'm being so real with y'all. I'm sharing with y'all my exact approach. If somebody have to ask me, how did you acquire that crystalline body? This is how. This is how you acquire it. You can't just walk around claiming it. You have to acquire it. And it's because of that specific work that I'm telling you. When it's a full moon and I'm doing my full moon work that I've been doing since 2020, not just now because I did one with everybody else. This is something I've been doing that I do every month. I go into my spiritual booth and everything gets put on the back burner to what is important. If I'm in this work like now, while I was in the halls of a mentee, I didn't go nowhere with anybody else that's outside of alignment. I don't care if they're my best friend. I don't care if they're my mother, my father. I don't care who they are. I'm not coming around because you're compromising my energetic field. This is how serious we got to take it. When you do spiritual work, you have to go into a spiritual quarantine where you're doing nothing outside of what spirit is guiding you to do. Anybody else who is out of alignment is out of the picture. For that time, for those 7 days, if anyone here is going to be signing up for the 3 days, for 3 days, that's it. You are signed off to the world. You're signed off. Not for me. Not because you're doing me a favor. Not because it's my rules. I'm giving you the highest possibility, potentiality, quality for you to self-actualize. That's what it looks like. If you're not ready to do any of that, then you're not ready. Don't let this be just a sound good, feel good thing. Oh, this sounds good. Oh, I want my ascension. Oh, me too. Be careful what you ask for, because it's going to come with some accountability and some responsibilities. So me offering this, I'm being very clear on anyone that says yes, because If I see that you not showing up, I'm not going to show up. And I got a very keen sense. So if you show up and you come with a whole bag of, I don't know, excuses, and you just not ready, then I'm going to tell you, you're not ready. And I'm not refunding. I'm being very honest. You got to pay that 144 because you got to be serious about your spiritual business. Put your money where your mouth is, since a lot of people are tied to their money. And when you do pay, then come and pay with your investment. Invest in yourself. And if you come in playing on what you paying, that's all I'm saying. I'm not going to refund it. I'm not going to keep giving my energy for something that you don't want to show up for. So this is what it looks like. This is what it looks like, y'all. You want to acquire that crystalline body. And a lot of people are, I'm not saying it like, oh, come get it, come get it. Everybody's different. Everybody's different. If you're not there, you're just not there. And you got to know where you are. If not there, then where? That's what I would ask. If not there, then where? My question is, do you want to ascend on your ascension timeline? Even if it's not to fully acquire the crystalline body. It could be that I want to ascend because I want to quantum leap onto my true timeline. That brings me closer and closer to my crystalline. The more and more that you shift the timeline, it's the closer you get to that crystalline. Right? Some of you already are tapped into your crystalline, but have not yet fully acquired the full capacity of it. There is a difference. And so the goal is to continue till you get to acquiring that crystalline, because that's next level on the light grid. That's next level ascension for those who are really going to be holding up the foundations and the base for this next level of the fifth dimension. These are the grid keepers. You have light workers, you have light warriors, you have light houses, and we are now building light colonies on the grid. That's what's coming together right now too. There's a multitude of things happening right now. The light colonies are rising. And the light colonies are those who are finding their tribes and collaborating. I'm not talking about finding spiritual hubs that are spiritual hangouts and spiritual bypassers coming together and talk about spiritual things by walking through a spiritual museum and saying, ooh, look at that. I'm talking about true timeline, true collective that are collaborating to build the light colonies, next level light grid work. So there's many levels, and many of you are being called to the level of your divine coordinates, your destined coordinates. It's not all about actualizing the crystalline body. Some will, some won't. It's a matter of knowing where are you on your ascension path. What are you being called to do? One of the things in our creative process right now that I could easily explain to everybody that this creative portal was calling up for true ones is to right now in this ascension time gain access and awareness of their true gift, talent, and service, to identify it. The universe, the divine is asking you to identify your true service, to identify your true gift, and then begin to partake in it, to embody it, to self-actualize your creative gift, to self-actualize your creation that is through the divine's will. And so this is what we've been working on in the past 7 days, that whoever does that 3-day passage with me, it's going to have to be condensed into 1 day. That is what we would be doing on the 3rd day. The first day, we're going to be working on the 7 days I had to condense the full moon transmutation, so you can release what you need to release. That is going to be worked on the first day. The second day, which is the peak, the middle day, is going to be the intense breaking aspect, what we did in the halls of Amenti, which is to break and have the the ego death to rebirth transformation that needs to be had by shattering that mirrored illusion in the halls of a mentee, shattering that mirror. That's the second day, and it's the meat of it. It's the toughest part, because as I could see, it's very hard for people to break what they need to break. And so the transmutation before it is important, because it helps to bring up what it is that you need to transmute, which is what it is that you need to break. And then the third day is condensing the 7 days of this creative process, this new moon manifestation that we've been in, that is amplifying the creative process in the creative portal. Ultimately, wanting us to identify and access our creative gift. What is that thing that you have been doing? What is that thing that has been looming around you, that has been calling on you? You've been getting hints about it. Something keeps popping up. The same name keeps popping up, right? The same word, whatever, you keep hearing it. You keep running into it because it is calling you. The divine will is dropping it into your crown, and you have not opened your crown to receive it. So that is being called up in you. That thing that you know how to do effortlessly. That thing that you can do with passion. That's your gift, and that is your sacred service. The divine is calling us up now to tap into our sacred service, because you are going to be able to utilize that as you identify with your true self, and you're going to walk boldly with that. This is what this new moon in Leo was really magnifying. You walking boldly with your true self that carries your true sacred service of who you really are. No more hiding it. This is what we self-actualize within these 21 days that I'm compressing within a 3-day window for those who it applies to, for those who can say yes to it. 7-Eleven. I just saw 7-Eleven. So I'm going to wrap it up. Any questions, any comments, let me know. Let me see if any one of you has put anything here. I don't know. Let me see. Top it up for the hearts. Y'all pretty quiet in this one. Y'all pretty quiet in this one. Let me see. Ashe. Okay. Yeah, y'all pretty quiet in this one. I don't know. Yes. Let me see anything else. Okay. All right. So if there's no further questions or anything, I guess we'll see y'all tomorrow. We'll be doing a live. I'll be doing one with dedicated roots. Look at that crystalline. I'm glowing, y'all. I could literally see the crystals. I could see the crystals in my hand. The camera don't really catch it, but I could see it. So we're doing a co-hosting session tomorrow with myself and dedicated roots at about 3 Central Time, 4 o'clock Eastern Time. And we're going to be talking more about, I'm going to talk more about the how we ascend through time, through the timelines. We're going to be talking about the shift in time, what has happened in the ascension time through the timelines. That's why I didn't go too deep into it right now, because I know we're going to unpack it tomorrow, and then there'll be room for questions and things like that. So I mainly was coming on here with you all just to kind of share a little bit of what has been happening in the timeline, give a little bit, really mainly to give the opportunity for who wants that 3-day window of the extension of the creative portal that I'm offering. As I said, 144 gets you through the door. You can email me, you can Zelle, you can Cash App. If that resonates with you, if you're thinking about it and it's like, I need to tap into my ascension, however that resonates with you, right? So with that said, I'm gonna leave it right there. Seems you all have no questions, but thank you for all of you who came through, who tapped in, who tuned in to tune up. If you feel like the message hit, and you know, think about it. Maybe that spirit calling you up too to say, I need to invest in myself. I need to set up. And I'm not just talking about investment money. I'm talking about investing your time, your energy, your consistency. It's time to invest on a serious note in your ascension time and stop playing out here in these spiritual streets. unless you want to keep playing, you know. But then don't complain when things are like, well, why this ain't, because you're not in alignment and you're not stepping into your assignment. And when those who give you the call or whatever, you're not taking heed, you're not picking up. It's like, yeah, that sounds nice. Spiritual fun. Spiritual roller coaster. Right? So with that said, send y'all lots of love and light. Whoever was able to come through, I'm getting these light codes for you. Ooh, ooh, ooh. But I'm going to get ready and go into this meeting now, our last meeting. So love and light. And for those who want to show up tomorrow, see you tomorrow for the Ascension time passage. Peace, love, and light. Ashe, ashe, ashe.